Can you start a business with no money? The answer to that question is yes. And I'm going to share with you how I did it. Hey, folks, welcome to a random podcast where we challenge the status quo and we empower people like you to think differently. You remember the saying, it takes money to make money? Well, in most cases, that's true. But I found a way to start a business with no money. And I did it out of desperation. I was trying to find a way to get seed money for a venture that I was working on. Well, I came up with this business and it made a lot of money and it gave me the seed money necessary to start my other venture. I know it sounds kind of strange. Why would I start a business to put money into another business and then abandon it? Well, you go where your passion is. While I was able to make money off of this business, it wasn't my passion. So I always encourage you to go after your passion. Now, let me dive in a little bit deeper into how I did this. As I was exploring different ways to make money, during the time that I was looking at things, real estate was hot like it is now, right? And I was trying to figure out, should I flip homes? Should I try to buy and hold? What should I do? Because all the conventional wisdom said real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate. But I didn't want to tie up my credit. I didn't want to tie up money. I didn't want to take big risks. So I said, what can I do to try to get the seed money in order to start my other venture? So I start to explore in the real estate space as I went to the courthouse steps and I watched all these homes get auctioned off. And I'm like, let me see. There has to be something to this because some of these homes are selling for more than what the people owe. So what happens to the excessive amount that they pay? So I started to do a little research and I noticed that all the excess funds belonged to the person who was foreclosed. And a light bulb went off in my head. I says, wait a minute. So if the home sold for 150 and 100,000 was owed, that means the person's entitled to $50,000. Wow, that's amazing. And folks, that happened more often than you think. So I went back to my business partners and I says, hey, I think I might have found a way that we might be able to make some money. And after explaining it to them, they're like, but we don't have any homes that are in foreclosure. So how are we going to make money because there's an excess of 50,000 or 20,000 or 100,000? I said, well, this is the trick. Most people who are in foreclosure tend to slide under a rock. They tend to squirmish away in shame because they feel kind of embarrassed that they're losing their home. So they don't even know about this because this is something new to me too. So I told them the thing that we needed to do was be able to test it and go to the courthouse step and see how many of these homes had these surplus of funds. And when I did this for 2 months, I noticed there was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that was unclaimed. So I ventured out and decided to start a business with no money called foreclosure refund. Now, folks, you can have that one. You can take it. It was a very good phrase to coin because we made up signs and we put them out and put a phone number on it for people who were going through foreclosures or maybe have already had a foreclosure. And this allowed us to get a list together. So I'm teaching you something here, okay? So there's a lot of ways that people are doing this today, but the way that we did it was a little unique, and I think would give you advantage. So we put signs out so that way we can collect people who are about to lose their home. And why that's important is because if you already have a list of people who are already about to lose their home, then the hunting won't be so hard. What do I mean by the hunting? Okay. So what happens is once these homes are sold and there's a surplus of funds, it's hard to track down the people who were foreclosed because they skirmished away. Remember what I said? They hit on a rock. So to find out where they live at now was difficult. They could have been living with a mother. They could have moved out of state. So it made it very, very difficult to be able to track down people who already were foreclosed and we didn't have any relationship with. So we put out signs in order to collect names of people who were about to go to the courthouse steps. And unknown to us, we collected a long list of people. So therefore, we went to the courthouse steps and we took tally of who was being foreclosed on and what homes were being sold and what surplus was there. And once we gathered that list, we turned around and we contacted those individuals because we were there for foreclosure refund, right? That was our whole thing. We're going to help you get a refund on your foreclosure. So we were able to have an agreement with them to be able to collect for them, to be able to be a claim specialist, in other words. And because we were a claim specialist and we were able to recover these funds, we were able to collect the commission. At that time, we were doing about 10%. So 10% of 50,000 was $5,000. Man, think about that. There are hundreds and hundreds of foreclosures every month in every city in this country. Now, today's time, they have these lists they put together, and people sell you a list, and they give you this information. But all this information is free, ready, and available for you. All you have to do to find out what a person owed on a home is go to your local government office, to the tax office, and look up the property, and you'll see exactly how much the lien was on their property. Once you know what the lien was on their property and you know what the sales price was, because the sales list comes out every month as well, you can do the math and see who has surplus funds. And now you're able to have a target list. But remember what I said. If you already were building up a list prior, then that means you have a list of people you already have a relationship with, and you're the first one in line to be able to get those claim funds, because there will be people who will try to come behind you. So this is an easy way to get into business, into real estate, without owning property, without having a dog in the fight, without being at risk because you don't own anything. You just are owning your time and your resource that you're putting in. So this is a way that you can start a business with no money. I did it, and we basically raised all the money we needed to go into our new venture. And yes, we abandoned it, and it was kind of, maybe we look at it in hindsight and said maybe we should have had a arm continue to go with that, to continue to fuel. But again, remember what I said: if it's not your passion, then it's not something that you're going to continue to do. You're doing it just for money. But this is a good way to make money, get seed money, pay bills, get out of the hole without even having a dime in your pocket. This is your boy JI. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, I want you to put in the comments, hey, thanks, bruh. If you think it was stupid, put in the comments, hey, bruh. If you like videos like this and you want more like this, then I want you to go ahead and click the like button. This is your boy JI, Random Podcast. I'll see you guys on the other side.